Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is March the 4th, 2022. I'd like to say welcome to any new subscribers and thank you very much for coming back. My name is Roz and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada with my husband and my two kids who are 11 and 10. Today for you, I have what am I wearing, finished objects, works in progress, stash, and some chatter. First off, what am I wearing? Today I am wearing a shawl that I do not wear very often, but if I could figure out a way to wear it, I would absolutely, because the color is amazing. The pattern is amazing. It took me forever to make because it is quite a lot of knitting, but it is a very large shawl and I just never know how to wear it. I really should just like wrap it around and wear it because it is super warm and I'm actually getting quite warm right now. This pattern is the Thousand Tulips. It's just Thousand Tulips by Martina Baim. And it is a very long triangle and you knit it from one tip to the other tip. But you knit it sideways, not down. So the triangle bottom is here in the front, and then you have a longer tail and a shorter tail. I'm just waving things around now. But it does have a really great pattern. It's really hard to see on camera, but these pieces that look like stockinette stitch actually have a garter pattern in them. And then there's the eyelet section. If I remember, I will include a picture of when I blocked this way back in 2018 when I made it. And my son at the time, so this was almost 4 years ago, he laid out next to it, like stretching his hands up, and it was longer than he was. So it is a very long shawl, which is why I think I don't wear it that often, but I really should just like wrap it around and get on with it. Because it is super warm and super beautiful, and I really enjoyed making it, but I just have to figure out how to wear it. The yarn is Wollmeise, and in the color Petit Poisson, which is like a little fish, basically is what it means. So I'm not sure where that came from, but that is what it's called. So there we are. That is what I'm wearing. Let's move on to finished objects. So for finished objects, I have a few things to show you, some of which I finished earlier this year, but I had a little blocking party last weekend, so I thought that I would share with you some of the things that I blocked. So this one, I really blocked out this panel in the middle because the way you do the stitches, it really snugged it all together. And so I just blocked that out. So I thought I would show you this. This is my Millie Margaret shawl by Jennifer Lassonde. And I knit this not too long ago. Feels like not too long ago, but I started it over the Christmas break. So not too long, but it's a lovely pattern. It's really easy to wear. I love the different colors and the fact that she uses self-striping for the ends of it. So I think it turned out really nice. And the center yarn is Knit Pick Stroll in the vibrant violet colorway. And the self-striping is their Felici, Knit Picks Felici in the Slumber Party colorway. So that is that one. Let's see what else I blocked. One of the other things I blocked is my Throwing It Back shawl. So this was a mystery knit along that started in the beginning of January from the Cozy Up Knits family, sisters. And this was a kit that I bought, I didn't buy it. My children got it for me for Christmas. really, I bought it for myself and made them give it to me. This kit is from Ginger Snap That on Etsy, and this was a kit specifically designed to use with this shawl. You can see that the main color is like a medium gray, and then there's a charcoal, a light gray on the pop of teal. So yeah, I actually I'm quite loving this. Just remembering all the different stitch patterns that I did. You can kind of shift it around a bit and wear it with different pieces forward, so you get kind of like the blocks of color versus the smaller stripes or different stitch patterns. And you can play with it and get a different look. So I'm really enjoying that. Yeah, and it's DK, so it's like super squishy, cozy, big, and like just cuddle up in on a cold day. So there is that one. And the last thing that I blocked is my star shower. So I showed this one to you on the last episode. I just finished it, but I thought, why not show it off when it's all blocked? You can really see the stitch pattern. I am still finding it a bit smaller than I thought it would be. And if I remember, I'll pop in a couple pictures. Taylor got all dressed up and wanted some photos done with it on, and she looks like much older than she is. I don't know. Anyway, it's really cute. I'll put a picture in. And yeah, but I'm still very happy with this, and I will definitely wear it. And yeah, so this is the Star Shower by Hilary Smith Calais. Of course, my notes are down here again today, so if I'm looking down, I apologize. And the yarn that I used is Knit Picks, what is it? Gloss, which has some silk content, and this is the Kanai colorway. So it's very dark teal. It's probably really hard to see the lace pattern against my black shirt, but anyway, here it is. It's blocked. It is lovely. I will definitely wear it. On to my last proper finished object. Those of you that have watched before know that I am doing the Year of Gnomes from Imagine Landscapes, and I finished my February gnome. This is Norbert. He is the largest size of the Never Not Gnoming pattern, and yeah, I love him. His arm kind of sticks up, so I'm like, it's like he's waving at you all. So there he is. I'm very happy with how he turned out. Same color scheme as the one I did for January. I think in March I might switch it up a bit. They will all be in the same kind of color family, so I'm using the same 4 colors. This is all Knit Pick Stroll. This is Hollyberry, White, and Ash, and then I also have Pine. So yeah, that is Norbert, and he is done. On to works in progress. The first thing I want to talk about in works in progress is my Dust of Snow wrap, and I decided to rip it out. You know, I just wasn't loving it. I thought I would love it, but I just wasn't loving it. And I've seen so many cool sweaters on Instagram and other places that people have knit with like a gradient or a fade. And I'm really into sweaters right now. I want all the sweaters, other than, you know, I wear shawls quite often, but I do have a lot of them, and I feel like I don't have a lot of sweaters, and I really want some nice sweaters. So anyways, Dust of Snow ripped out. You will no longer see it. I did cake up all of the yarn. I kind of just slip knotted the ends together and made big cakes of 5 of the mini skeins, and the last one only has 4. And I will put a picture in here of all of that yarn caked up. So I need your opinions, and I'm going to put a poll out on Instagram too. Do I go purple at the neck and down to red at the hem, or do I do red at the neck down to purple at the hem? So which do you think should be near my face, the purple or the red? I think the red. It's quite a stark red, and I think that red 2 reasons. One, I think that the red is going to stand out more than the purple, and I would rather my face stand out more than my hips. My hips are bigger than my face, so, you know, to kind of keep that a bit more. And also, I have a weird thing about rainbows going from the top to the bottom, so I'll probably do it that way, but I wanted your opinion anyway, so comment down below, comment on my Instagram post, whichever you think is better. Red at the top, purple at the top. All right. Moving on to things I am actually working on, I have done a few rows on my Hinterland sweater. Oh goodness, the yarn's all tangled. So I had some alone time this weekend where I just sat in my chair with my knitting and some podcasts and just worked away on that. So I'm just at the very top of the trees now, and I am just loving how this is turning out. So this is Hinterland by Jennifer Steinglass. It is taking a lot of concentration, and this is a long-term project for me. This is a light fingering weight yarn that I'm using. This is Cascade 220 in the fingering weight, but I'm really loving how the colors are turning out, and I did try it on. It fits over my head. It looks very small, but I think that it's going to be a beautiful sweater when it's finished. And I'm very excited about it, but I'm also really enjoying the process of knitting it. So I'm in no rush. So there we are. I think that's everything about that sweater. Let's move on to some socks. I've been working on my DK socks, and there's the whole foot. I did try it on. And now I've been working on the heel. Again, I'm using the Vanilla Reversed pattern by Annie Fletcher. And yeah, it creates this really cool heel. You can barely see it right now, but there it is. There's the bottom of the heel. And then I'm just working my way up, and I do some decreases to get back down to the leg. And then we're good to go. I have a fair amount, where is it here? I have a fair amount of yarn left. Plus the rest of the mini I'll do on the very cuff. So we will see how tall the socks are. I don't like super tall socks, so, but I am just loving this colorway. This is Ginger Snap in her Squishy DK. Yeah, Squishy DK, and this is the Hansel colorway. So yeah, super fun. It's meant for socks, so. Has a bit of nylon in it, and yeah. My friend is coming over later today to show me how much she's gotten done on her sock. If I remember to take a picture, I will put it in here. If not, you're just seeing my lovely face. So that is it for my sock. And next up are the fingerless mitts that I've been making for Cooper's teachers. So they are each going to get a pencil one and each going to get a piece of paper one. And here are the pencil ones. So I am super happy with how they're turning out. I've done the thumb area here. It's hard to see. But there's a little hole there for the thumb. I got to pick up stitches and do the thumb. Yeah, I've got like another couple inches of just plain, and then I'll do more ribbing and do a little bit of the pencil thing at the top and call it good. So there you are. Yeah, so there's my really cool pencils, and then I have the white with blue stripes for the paper. So yeah, I've been making really good progress on that. It's just around and around at this point. The pattern that I'm using is the Dream Fingerless Mitts by Marsha Healy. I test knit that for her last year, 2020. I can't remember, a while ago. A while ago. But it's a lovely pattern. The way that she does like the thumb area is like super easy, and yeah, it's just a great, quick, easy, I mean quick, it's fingering weight mitts, so it's not that quick, but it's a good pattern, easy to follow, and you should totally go support her. The yarn is Yarn Enabler in her Fundamental Sock, and that is the stationary set. So you have the pencil and the paper as a set, and they're each a 50-gram ball with all the minis and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the fingerless mitts out of it. Somebody commented on my previous video that they made a gnome out of the different pieces and made the hat like a pencil and the body, the paper. I might have to do that. I'll have to see how much is left at the end. It'd probably be a lot of ends to weave in, but I think it would be totally fun to make a pencil and paper gnome. That would be so super cute. So that is an excellent idea. Thank you very much for that suggestion for my leftovers. Okay, so that's it. Covered the pattern and the yarn. That's it for the teacher's fingerless mitts. Moving on to something else, a headband. So I was talking about the Let's Hike headband by Shayna S. Cohen, and I started it. So I just picked up some DK that was in my stash. This is Loops and Thread in their Joy DK, and this is the tropical colorway. As you can see, it's different colors. Yeah, it's got this great, edging on it to kind of keep everything in place. Yeah, it's super stretchy, so that'll be nice to fit over your head, keep my ears warm. It's nice and tall. I find a lot of headbands are like that, right? There's not much to them, but this one's nice and tall. It will fully cover my ears, and I'm super excited about it. So there we are. That is that. Yeah, that one's very quick. I barely worked on this at all. It's just a quick, mindless knit back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I will enjoy wearing that around the springtime when it's not so cold, but maybe a little bit windy. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Not much to talk about there. The last one, I have one more whip. I know. I decided to just bite the bullet and get Taylor's sweater on the needles. So this, and of course I'm in the middle of a row, but it's okay. This is Taylor's birthday sweater. Her birthday's not till November, but that's okay, because then it'll be done. So it looks really funny because it's just the bottom of it. But this will be her Harry Potter sweater because she's turning 11 in November, and 11 is when you get your like Hogwarts letter and go to Hogwarts, and it's a whole Harry Potter thing. So Cooper got one when he turned 11, and now it's Taylor's turn. So there we are. Ugh, this is gonna look so good on her. So the pattern that I'm using is from this book. So Knitting Magic, and there isn't a picture of this one on the front, but there is one on the back. It's just this Mrs. Weasley's sweater. No, what is it called? Mrs. Weasley's home knit Christmas sweater. So let's see. There's a picture from the movie of the boys in their sweaters. So that's what it's based off of. I decided not to do a tweed. Oh man, I could look through that book all day. So many cool things in there. I decided to just do a nice burgundy red. That red, this, I'm gonna pull it back now. This yarn is Cascade 220. So it is 100% wool, but that's okay because I will be taking care of it. And this is cranberry. And then I don't have the other color that the letter will be in duplicate stitch, and that is sunflower. So it's like a really nice golden yellow. So yeah, I have converted this to knitting in the round instead of flat. Yeah, I just don't like purling, guys. I don't mind it, it's fine, but I just really enjoy knitting in the round. I think for children's sweaters, they're not that big. This sweater in particular doesn't need a lot of structure to it. Yeah, so I'm gonna knit the body and the sleeves in the round and then up to like the underarm area, and then I'll have to knit flat because there's different things going on and whatnot. But I will, and then I'll do like a 3 needle bind off for the seam at the top, so it does have a bit of structure on the shoulders, but then you just don't have a seam down the side and the underarm. So that's what I'm doing, a bit of conversion there, but it's not that complicated. The body is really just knitting in the round, and you just you know, because you would either, it's just stockinette and then you add the letter afterwards. So it's perfect to convert to that. Super easy. So there we are. At some point I'm going to have to like measure it because it looks a little small. I'm doing the smallest size and then I've gone down a needle size because it only comes in adult sizes, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I think that'll fit her just fine. I'll have to measure it at some point, but I'm not too worried. So there we are. That is all of my works in progress. I feel like there are some other ones around here somewhere, but that is all that I've worked on this week. Let's put it that way. The pile is all on the floor right here. Let's move on to stash. For stash this week, you may have noticed that it is now March. So I have my Fireweed Fiber Co. March, it's upside down, March color in this packaging. Now her shipments for March, you can still order up until the 10th. So you could still get this yarn if you wanted. I just love her little tags. Yeah, so trying to open it without looking so that I don't see it until it's fully open. Okay, it's fully open now. Are you ready? Ooh. So again, this is Fireweed Fiber Co. And her monthly sock club is inspired by Star Trek, hence the tag with the little Star Trek symbol. And this is There's Coffee in That Nebula. So can you guys see, I'm going to try and pull it up a bit. Can you see the different colors? So this is all from the nebula. And then the mini is like a really rich coffee color. So whew, that is beautiful. This is on her Sweet Pea sock, and this is the sock set. So you get the full skein plus the mini. Oh my goodness. Erin, I think this one's my favorite. I like all of them. I like all of them. But this one is amazing. So here's all of them. We have January, February. Let's see if I can hold all three of them up. And now March. Amazing. Amazing. Lovely, lovely yarn. It's an amazing club. You should definitely be part of it. Links will be down below along with everything else that I talk about in this episode. So that is it for stash. I have been very good and not purchased anything else. I do have the next set of 3 months coming for April. So it will be a while because she doesn't ship them until I think the April 15th or whatever. So it will be a while until you see more of the club yarn. But I am looking forward to that. And I can't decide what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to do socks out of all of them and make myself like 12 pairs of socks, all for me, but make some really fun patterned socks. A little bit of pattern because obviously the variegated, you want the yarn to shine, but then having a little bit of pattern might be something fun to do. We'll see. You know, I change my mind all the time, so there we go. Maybe I'll wait till next year and then knit them. I don't know. I might not be able to wait that long. Let's move on to chatter. All right, so it's been a couple weeks since I last recorded, and today you will notice that it is a Friday and I am not working today. So we are back to doing our Flex Fridays at work, which is very exciting for me because it gives me one day at home where the children are not here, my husband's not here for most of the day, and I can go and do all of the things that I need to do, like doctor's appointments and walking with friends and whatever else. I don't know, important stuff. So that is what I am doing today, and that is my plan for going forward, is that on Fridays, on my Flex Fridays, I will record an episode. So this will be starting from now. I'm sure those of you who noticed through January and February is a bit sporadic on when I can record, and that's just how it goes sometimes, but I am planning to be an every 2-week podcast for the rest of the year. So we will see how that goes, and hopefully I have enough content with all of my works in progress to do an every 2-week so that should be good. What did we do in the last couple weeks? We had to refill our hot tub in -11 weather. Imagine me in shorts and t-shirts getting into the almost empty hot tub to clean it and freezing my little butt off. So that was interesting. We had some weird weather. It's been like above zero, and then all of a sudden for like a week it was like below zero, and then it went down. Yeah, it was like really, really, really cold, and now it's like +1 out there again. It's super foggy. It's starting to clear up. I'm looking out the window, I moved really close to the window today to try and get the most light as possible. So hopefully the lighting is good. So it's been weird weather, but there you go. Last weekend we did do a fire up at Postel with some friends, and there was a fair amount of snow, so the kids did some sledding, and there's a frozen little river pond thing that they went skating in their boots on. And we sat around and had a fire and hot chocolate, and it was super fun. So I will include some pictures at the end from that. It was really pretty. The sun was peeking out here and there. I tried to get some of the sparkle on the snow. There were some areas where it was just like untouched, and it just has that crystalline top to it. It's super crunchy. And I tried to get the sparkle that I could see with my eyes, but I'm not sure my camera picked it up. But I will include it anyways, so you can look at it too. But yes, that was super fun. Last week, Cooper's school had the fire sprinklers go off in the middle of the night for unknown reasons. So his school was closed for 2 days while they cleaned that up. So that was super fun. Luckily, we have a good network of friends around here. One of the days he went over to his friend's house for the whole day, and I was here working, so he just kind of hung around and played video games for 2 days. Yeah, so there we go. That was interesting, but also kind of stressful, just trying to figure things out and find things out. It was, other than the school is closed, we just didn't know what was going on and when it was going to open again and all that kind of stuff. So it was stressful, but interesting. So it's a brand new school, so obviously something failed in the system. There was no fire in the school, so something failed in the sprinklers. They went off. Everything got wet. So there you go. With the above zero weather that we've been having, I've been doing lots of walking, including some on the rail trail. However, I failed to take any video on the beautiful Sunday afternoon walk that I went on. We'll see. I'm going on a walk today, so we'll see how much we get there, and I might try to take some video clips of whatnot. But it's really foggy today, so you might not see much. And but it's been above zero. I've been outside more, which is much, much needed. I've also went for some allergy testing. I do this like every 5 years or so. It feels like it's probably been longer than that. And just to make sure that I have seasonal allergies, and then they bother me throughout the year, even though they're not seasonal allergies now. So I don't know. They're seasonal allergies. I'm allergic to grass and weeds and some trees, but they bother me throughout the year, even when things are not pollinating. So now we're looking at what other things and blood work and I don't know, all the things. But it's good to actually get that process started so that I'm not annoyed by a drippy nose all the time. And on that note, I think that's everything that I have to talk about today. Probably a little too much information, but we will leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye.